Right.
Good evening, and thank you for attending the Twinsburg Board of Education regular meeting of Wednesday, May 2nd, 2018. At this point, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:02. Mr. Aho, could you please call the roll?
Mr. Solera?
Here.
Mr. Curtis?
Here.
Mrs. Davis?
Here.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Here.
Mr. Felber?
Here.
If you could all join in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I do just have to check one thing real fast. I do need to make a change to the agenda this evening. Making Mrs. Powers, that would be classified. Make a recommendation or a motion to remove the resignation of Mr. Yoakum from item J2. Do I have a second for that motion?
I'll second that.
Mr. Curtis seconds. Any discussion? Ms. Powers?
Just to let the board know that late today, Mr. Yoakum decided that he did not want to retire this year, and so he's going to remain with us next year, hence the requirement to remove his name formally from the agenda.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, and motion, Mr. Aho, if you call the roll on the motion, please.
Mr. Solera?
Yes?
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
All right. Good evening, and thank you for attending tonight's meeting. As we near the election on May 8th, I want to continue to ask for your support on Issue 3, our renewal levy. This levy is vital to the operations and vital to our ability to offer high-quality programming and opportunities for the students that we serve. It has saddened me to see some very divisive and personal attacks against the district, its employees, and this board these past few weeks in regards to this levy and the operation of the district. I ask that if you have questions regarding our operations, you reach out to myself, my fellow board members, our superintendent, or our treasurer. The amount of misinformation that I have seen publicized and spread out as fact recently has been overwhelming. Whether it be tax abatements, salaries, spending, or our carryover balance, much of it has been misrepresented, and improperly reported. There is more to what we do than just a number on a spreadsheet. From our central office administrators to our teachers, our aides, our building principals, our administrators, our bus drivers, our mechanics, our directors, our cooks, our custodians, our groundkeepers, our assistants, our secretaries, and every single one of our employees are vital and play an important part in the education of our children. They are all the reason that our buildings are receiving national and state recognition and awards, much like Wilcox is this evening. This levy is a continuation of dollars that the community has entrusted us with since 1993. It will allow us to continue to offer the high-quality programming and opportunities for the students that we serve. I urge you to support your children, your grandchildren, and your community on May 8th at the polls and vote yes on Issue 3. That concludes my report, Mrs. Powers.
Thank you, Mr. Solera. Good evening, Board of Education. Good evening, everyone who's gathered. This is an exciting evening, and Board of Education, we have a lot to celebrate this evening, but before we get to the celebration, because it will be one party, I'm sure, because it involves Wilcox Primary School and the staff is here to party tonight, there are a couple of things that I would like to just add to the conversation. First of all, you know, we've turned the corner. It is the month of May, and I can't believe it's the month of May. What happened to the rest of the year? It sure did go by fast. And the month of May is a time for celebrations, as we're doing this evening, but also a time for a lot of recognitions. And we will begin on May 10th, actually, to begin to recognize the senior class of 2018. We will have the annual Senior Academic Awards, and we just want to thank all of the wonderfully generous people here in our town who are providing scholarships for so many of our graduating seniors. And thank you to the Board of Education as well for your generous donation of a board scholarship. Our students have a lot ahead of them, and oftentimes there is a large price tag attached to going on to the next step of their lives. And we certainly want to thank all of the members of our community who are supporting our students through their very generous donation of scholarship monies. Also, Board of Education, just to mark the date on the calendar for May 10th, beyond the academic awards, that is also the day for our State of the Schools address. It will occur at the Twinsburg Chamber of Commerce luncheon. We appreciate Executive Director Megan Eberhardt and the rest of the folks at the Chamber. We're going to be doing something different this year, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So if you're interested in finding out what we're doing different for the State of the Schools address, contact the Chamber for a ticket and come on out and see what we're up to. I can tell you that we're going to be highlighting some wonderful students, and there will be a number of students participating this time. So please, if you're interested, if not, Cable 9 will be videotaping the State of the Schools address, and our community members can take a look at what we're talking about after. There's so much to celebrate about our school district, so we look forward to doing that at the State of the Schools address on May 10th. It's also time for kindergarten registration. Actually, next week, we welcome the class of 2031, and Ms. Villa and her staff can hardly wait to meet and greet the kids and their parents at kindergarten registration. Parents of students who will be 5 years of age before August 1st of this year are asked to visit the district website and then click on For Parents, tab at the top, scroll down, and then hit registration information. We ask that our parents pre-register online, and at that point they'll be able to make an appointment for registration. It will be May 9th, 10th, and 11th, and we thank the City of Twinsburg for once again allowing us to use the Twinsburg Community Center for our place for kindergarten registration and screening. And it really is a great way to get to meet our class of 2031, get to know them a little bit, do some pre-screening so that when they begin school in August on the 22nd, we'll know a little bit about them, a little bit about some strengths, a little bit about some areas that they need to grow, and also provide our parents with some information about what they can do over the summer to prepare the children for that first day of kindergarten. So we look forward to kindergarten registration just about a week away now. Mr. Slur, I just wanted to double back on your comment about issue 3, which is our renewal levy, but I want to thank the many, many members of our community who have stepped up to help the Blue Ribbon Schools Committee get the word out about the importance of passing issue 3. Special thanks to our committee co-chairs, Mr. Walt Hoffman, who's here this evening from the Village of Reminderville, Mr. Seth Roden from the City of Twinsburg, Mr. Jamie DeFabio from the Twinsburg Township. Our treasurer is Brian Cook, and of course Patty Kozla, who helps with all of the public relations surrounding the Blue Ribbon Schools work. So we thank them for their dedication. Countless hours have been spent, lots of communication out to our community, trying to make sure that the facts are out there and are well known. And we do appreciate everyone's consideration of issue 3. We look forward to a positive vote next Tuesday, May 8th. So Board of Education, it's time to celebrate. As I mentioned, Wilcox Primary School is out in these fantastic blue shirts. We'll have to tell them to explain to you what they say and what they mean. It's part of the theme at Wilcox Primary School, but this evening we're going to be celebrating Wilcox because they have just recently been designated as a 2018 Hall of Fame school from the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators, also known as OAESA. And the Hall of Fame School Award recognizes schools that engage faculty, students, and the community to provide a quality school experience for every one of the children that attend that school. Wilcox Primary School is a child-centered place where administrators, staff members, parents, and community members collaborate so that all students can reach their potential. The Board of Education and I are so excited about this award, staff and family that have gathered here today, and we would like to recognize your efforts, your hard work, your dedication to every one of those children that attend our school, the very youngest Tigers that we have attending our school district. And we know the class of 2018 started as a Tiger or Tigerette at Wilcox Primary School. And I know when we talk about commencement, we congratulate the children that graduate the class of 2018, but it started at your school. And it's because of your care and your dedication, you're partnering with the families, making sure that they have everything that they possibly need as young little children, that they're able to get on sure footing and move forward and just reach the potential. And I have to tell you, when I read the scholarships this year for the board scholarship, I was so very proud of our kids, but it started at Wilcox Primary School. So congratulations to you for your hard work and dedication to the children of the Twinsburg City School District, because you are tremendous at what you do. You care so deeply for our kids. You work with heart, huge heart, and you're just a wonderful family of educators, and we're proud to work with you and to be a part of your family. So Ms. Villa, I know that you have worked hard at your leadership. I know that the building is where it is because you are dedicated. Your efforts are glowing. You can see that you are very focused on the kids. You are focused on making sure that your staff has all that they need so that that support is there. And of course, Mr. Astley, our assistant principal, a great partner with Ms. Villa, making sure that all of our kids have what they need. Your rapport with our families is well known. It's very positive. We appreciate your efforts. So tonight we have a very special guest who has joined us. It is the president-elect of the OAESA. But before I introduce her, I would like to ask our family from Wilcox Primary School to please come forward, because we want you all on TV tonight. And so come on up.
Which ones am I reading? Yeah, all the way to reminder bell.
Mr. Solera, I'm absolutely delighted that we have so many members of our Wilcox Primary School family who have come this evening to celebrate this wonderful accomplishment. This is not something that should be taken lightly. This is an award because of the commitment and dedication of this fantastic staff to the children of our school district, and most importantly, those young tigers who are heading to a school experience for the very first time. If our kids don't get on that right footing in their first years of school experience, they don't do well all the rest of the way. And it's because of you that we are so proud of the success of our school district all the way through the high school. So without further ado, I would like to ask our guest to come forward, Ms. Gretchen Liggins from the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators, who is here to present a very important, prestigious award this evening.
Thank you. I am so pleased. I've done Hall of School visitations before, so I'm here representing OAESA, and our program recognizes schools throughout the state that offer exemplary educational programs meeting the needs of students. All elementary and middle level schools are eligible to be nominated for this award, and once they're nominated, application packets are sent to nominated schools and are completed by the stakeholders in that school. In the applications that are submitted, they're then read by a team of members of the recognition service team as a blind read. Then they're scored by those readers using a rubric, and those scores are averaged. In order to qualify for the next round of judging, applicants or applications must earn a score of 75 points. Schools receiving a qualifying score then are visited by a different team of principals that validate the evidence that's presented in the application. Our visitors to Wilcox Primary shared that Wilcox Primary School prides itself for being a safe, welcoming, and caring environment where respect is modeled and displayed in each child's school experience. All stakeholders consider Wilcox as their family, where a growth mindset is fostered and where students, staff, and families collaborate to provide an excellent first school experience for their early childhood learners. The school mission to ensure learning for all students that cultivates individual growth and achievement for a challenging and ever-changing world is the compass that guides the education of the preschool, kindergarten, and first grade students at Wilcox. From the mindful music moment and the daily recitation of the promise to be responsible, respectful, caring, and safe, Wilcox school culture encompasses the whole child, recognizing that the social and emotional needs of their students are equally important as the academics. In addition to the whole school PBIS efforts, staff members each adopt one student as their starfish to mentor and encourage throughout the school year. Teamwork and collaboration, as well as personal connections, are but a few of the reasons that the staff members are always willing to go the extra mile and are happy to be a part of the Wilcox staff. As one staff member put it, "I can't imagine working anyplace else." So it's my honor to present this temporary award certificate to Wilcox Primary School this evening for their Hall of Fame status. And Wilcox will be presented the real and actual award at the OAESA Professional Conference Award Luncheon at the Columbus Hilton Easton on June the 15th. And so we certainly hope that we'll see all of you all there, and you can even wear your wonderful shirts. So on behalf of OAESA, Dr. Julie Davis, the Executive Director, we say congratulations to Principal Lynn Villa and the students, faculty, and staff of Wilcox Primary, as well as the entire Twinsburg school community. Thank you so much. And
Okay, well, that's just the beginning because we have a lot of folks that wanted to congratulate you. So the next person that we would like to recognize, who's not here but who a proclamation, Congressman David Joyce. So Mr. Salura is going to help with the proclamation.
All that. Just abbreviate.
In recognition of Wilcox Primary School, Honorable David P. Joyce of Ohio in the House of Representatives on Thursday, April 26, 2018. Mr. Joyce of Ohio. Mr. Speaker, it is my pleasure to acknowledge and congratulate Wilcox Primary School in Twinsburg, Ohio for being designated as a 2018 Hall of Fame school by the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators. This award goes to exemplary educational programs that go above and beyond meeting the needs of students in elementary and middle level schools across the state. Wilcox Primary School perfectly fits that characterization. I think we can all agree a child's education is one of the most important aspects contributing to a child's success in the future. Schools like Wilcox Primary School create a community that is both academic and fun for all students who go through there. They provide hands-on education while guaranteeing the state's and nation's highest standards. Special congratulations to Wilcox Primary School Principal Lynn Villa and her staff for their remarkable contribution to their students' futures. The teachers, administrative leaders, and support staff all work together to make a safe and creative educational environment for their young students and their families. I am proud to have such impressive schools in Ohio's 14th district. Congratulations.
And Mr. Salura didn't mention, but this is actually now in the congressional record. And so we have copies of it for Ms. Villa. Next, we'd like to ask Mr. Felber to come forward. He is going to be reading the proclamation on behalf of House of Representatives Christina Rogner.
Thank you, Superintendent Powers. This comes from the General Assembly of the State of Ohio, House of Representatives, under the sponsorship of Representative Christina D. Rogner, House District 37. On behalf of the members of the House of Representatives of the 132nd General Assembly of Ohio, we are pleased to congratulate Wilcox Primary School on receiving an Ohio Association Elementary School Administrators 2018 Hall of of Fame School Award. That's a mouthful. Wilcox Primary School is deserving of great recognition for the exemplary efforts it has displayed in exceeding the highest standards of educational excellence. This fine institution has established outstanding programming along with a positive environment and a strong community partnership to nurture its young charges, and we are certain that it will continue to display the same unwavering dedication to scholastic eminence for which it has become known. Education is vital to our nation's continued economic and social well-being, and as the need for global learning and understanding increases, so do the demands placed upon our system of education. Clearly, the administration, faculty, staff, and students of Wilcox Primary School can feel both proud of their institution's fantastic accomplishment and privileged to be associated with such an important heritage. Thus, it is with genuine satisfaction that we praise Wilcox Primary School on the recent honor and salute all those who involved with its success as fine Ohioans. And again, this is signed by Christina Rogner, and Kurt Schuring is the Speaker Pro Tem of the Ohio House of Representatives. So, congratulations.
Next, we'd like to ask Mr. Walt Hoffman to come forward. He is going to be providing a proclamation on behalf of Mayor Sam Alonzo and the Village of Reminderville.
Use some pretty fancy words.
I want to thank you for this opportunity. I'm representing the Village of Reminderville and Mayor Alonzo. Before I do that, though, I want to say a couple of personal things. Over 40 years ago, we moved in and we visited the first school, Wilcox, because we wanted to make sure that our oldest daughter, who was going to start kindergarten, was going to the right place. And that happened 42 years ago. And in those 42 years, you start counting all of the young people from Reminderville and the township and the city. And what you have done, I hope your heart is full of pride. It should be. And with that, I'd like to read the proclamation that comes from the mayor of Reminderville, and I'm simply representing what I think we all feel. Whereas the Association of Elementary School Administrators serves Ohio's pre-kindergarten, elementary, and middle-level school administrators who have an interest in pre-kindergarten through grade 8 education. And whereas the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators' purpose and mission is to bring about a more complete understanding of the objectives of the elementary and middle-level school administrators to work for the continuous improvement of Ohio's elementary and middle-level schools, to promote professional growth, status, and welfare of elementary and middle-level administrators, and to cooperate with organizations who share mutual interests in promoting the cause of quality education and services. And whereas exemplary education programs that go above and beyond meeting the needs of students in elementary and middle-level schools across the state are recognized annually through the OAESA Hall of Fame School Recognition Program. And whereas Wilcox Primary School in the Twinsburg City School District has been selected as a 2018 Hall of Fame school by recognizing Principal Lynn Villa and her staff for their dedication and commitment to create an environment where all students can reach their potential. Now therefore, on behalf of Mayor Sam Alonzo of the Village of Reminderville and the citizens of the Village of Reminderville, extend the sincerest congratulations and appreciation to the Wilcox Primary School on the occasion of being recognized as a 2018 Hall of Fame school. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand the second day of May 2018. Mayor Sam Alonzo. Thank each and every one of you.
Thank you, Mr. Hoffman, and please
Yeah.
thank Mayor Alonso for his kindness and thoughtfulness this evening. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Mark Curtis to please come forward to read the proclamation on behalf of Mayor Ted Yates.
Congratulations. Again, Walt, you stole my move. Okay, so this is a proclamation from the mayor. Whereas the administration, council, and residents of the city of Twinsburg, Ohio extend congratulations to Wilcox Primary School for being designated as a 2018 Hall of Fame school by the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators. And whereas the Hall of Fame School Award recognizes schools that engage faculty, students, and the community to provide a high-quality learning atmosphere. And whereas Wilcox Primary School staff submitted an extensive application to show their effectiveness of educational programs in several areas. Wilcox Primary School has succeeded in creating a collaborative environment, and it is evident that the school invests in every student. And whereas Wilcox Primary School has gone above and beyond the call of duty to excite and engage students, teachers, and community members about education. They foster a nurturing environment that encourages celebration of students' accomplishments, community relations, and encourage the child as a whole to make positive choices both in and out of school. And whereas Hall of Fame schools are chosen by two committees of the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators members, which involve reading and scoring the application as well as on-site evaluation. Now, therefore, I, Ted Williams, Mayor of the City of Twinsburg, express my congratulations to the Wilcox Primary School for being designated as a 2018 Hall of Fame school and commend them for their rigorous efforts to provide quality education, strong leadership, and dedication to each and every student. In witness hereof, I have hereunto subscribed my name and caused my official seal to be affixed this second day of May 2018. Congratulations.
Next, it's my honor to present to Wilcox Primary School on behalf of Twinsburg Township a proclamation, Proclamation 0218, a proclamation to celebrate the announcement of Wilcox Primary School as an OAESA 2018 Hall of Fame school. Whereas this board has a long history of support and partnership with the Twinsburg City School District and its predecessor school districts, and whereas each year the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators recognizes schools that engage faculty, students, and the community to provide a quality school experience, and whereas Hall of Fame schools are selected through a two-part process including OAESA members scoring written applications and a separate on-site evaluation of the school where the staff was recognized as being invested in every student. And whereas Principal Lynn Villa and her staff are honored and proud to be acknowledged and recognized for the hard work and dedication involving the staff, students, and parents in educating Twinsburg's youngest students. And whereas Wilcox Primary School is one of 11 schools in the state of Ohio to receive the recognition and award for 2018 and will be recognized with other winners in Columbus, Ohio. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Township of Twinsburg, County of Summit, State of Ohio, hereby celebrate the announcement of Wilcox Primary School and being designated as an OAESA 2018 Hall of Fame school. This proclamation is hereby presented by the Board of Trustees of the Township of Twinsburg, County of Summit, State of Ohio, on the second day of May 2018, as signed by the Board of Trustees, James C. Balo, Chair, Thomas O. Schmidt, Vice Chair, and Jamie DeFabio, Trustee. Congratulations. Now we have a special visitor from our Twinsburg Public Library. Ms. Piaski is here on behalf of Laura Leonard, the Executive Director, to provide a proclamation on behalf of the Twinsburg Public Library.
Thank you, Mrs. Powers. This is from Ms. Leonard from the Twinsburg Public Library. Whereas both the Twinsburg Public Library and the Twinsburg City School District are committed to providing education and inspiration to all members of the communities we serve. And whereas the future success of our youth is dependent on schools that engage faculty, students, and the community to provide a quality school experience. And whereas Wilcox Primary School is a child-centered place where administrators, staff members, parents, and community partners collaborate so that all students can reach their potential. And whereas the staff at Wilcox Primary School is invested in every student, making it a collaborative environment that is accepting of all students. And whereas Wilcox Primary School students strive to be caring as evidenced by their Wilcox pledge to be responsible, caring, and safe. And whereas Wilcox Primary School staff, teachers, students, and parents have a very positive and engaged relationship with the Twinsburg Public Library. And whereas the board and staff of the Twinsburg Public Library wish to congratulate the Twinsburg City School District, Principal Lynn Villa, teachers, staff, students, and parents of Wilcox Primary School for the selection as an Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators 2018 Hall of Fame School. Now, therefore, I, Laura Leonard, Director of the Twinsburg Public Library and proud Wilcox Primary School alumni, congratulate Principal Lynn Villa, teachers, staff, students, and parents on their selection as a 2018 OAESA Hall of Fame School. Congratulations.
Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Chuck Nash, who is the Vice President of the Twinsburg Support Staff Association, to please come forward.
On behalf of the members of the Twinsburg Support Staff Association, we'd like to commend Principal Lynn Villa and her staff for being recognized by the Ohio Association of Elementary School Administrators as a 2018 Hall of Fame school. The Hall of Fame School Award recognizes schools that engage faculty, students, and the community to provide a quality school experience. Wilcox Primary School is a child-centered place where administrators, staff members, parents, and community partners collaborate so that all students can reach their potential. It is obvious, Ms. Villa, that you are a dedicated and determined administrator who is committed to excellence for both students and staff. Under your effective leadership, you and your staff have earned this Hall of Fame award because every day you encourage dreams to become reality for every student who has the privilege of attending Wilcox Primary School. Thank you.
And then, last but certainly not least, is a representative from the Twinsburg Education Association. Kim is not able to be here this evening, so Ms. Shirley Browning is here to provide the proclamation on behalf of the TEA.
Thank you, Mrs. Powers. It's so great to look at all of you. This proclamation is from the Twinsburg Education Association for Wilcox Primary School's 2018 OAESA Hall of Fame Award. At Wilcox Primary School, each and every day, preschool, kindergarten, and first grade classroom teachers, building principals, intervention specialists, special teachers in the areas of art, music, and physical education, reading teachers, the guidance counselors, therapists, and support staff, including secretaries, paraprofessionals, cooks, custodians, and bus drivers, all work to help students achieve success in learning. We recognize all the hours spent collaborating in professional learning communities, developing project-based learning activities, seeking out each child's story, and executing skilled teaching methods along with high expectations. This diverse work results in a positive learning environment, productive for student achievement. The Twinsburg Education Association would like to congratulate the Wilcox students and their supportive community for the exceptional accomplishments as recipient of the OAESA Hall of Fame Award for 2018. Congratulations.
Well, Ms. Villa, I think you need to buy a display case for all of these wonderful proclamations, and certainly everyone is so very proud. Please come forward and say a few words on behalf of your staff.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Powers and Board of Education. This is really amazing, and I might cry. I think I told it to Daryl a couple of minutes ago. This is just because we have such an amazing staff. And the last question on the application said, what sets your school apart from all the others? And overwhelmingly, everyone said the people. And that is absolutely true. You make me better every day. And I love you all. So congratulations, this is for you.
Of course, Mr. Salura would like to come forward and say a few words on behalf of the Board of Education.
I never get tired of these long nights when we get to do this. You know, I said it in my report, you know, it's every single person that has a job in this entire district that makes us special. You know, we can't provide, you know, the education to the kids, and that's what it's all about, without everybody here. You know, and again, for a building in our district to earn a great award like this, you know, it's all of you, every single one of you, every single person in that building interacts with those kids on a daily basis. You know, and as somebody who now has my third one through there, and I know all the other board members have had kids go through that building, you know, we see it, you know, from a parent level, and we get to see it from a board level, you know, when you see these recognitions like this. And I was there, I was fortunate enough to be there when the tour happened, and, you know, you guys rocked it out that day, and from the second that the evaluator walked into the building, she was blown away. And she purposely pulled myself and Mr. Felber aside and said that. So, you know, that's the impression, you know, that you give, you know, to strangers. You know, and if you're giving that to the strangers, you know, the parents that interact with you on a daily basis, who would trust their kids with you, there couldn't be any happier. So I appreciate every single one of you and every single person that's not able to be here tonight. I know the board does, my colleagues do. You know, and keep it up. Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations. We are so very proud of all of you. Thank you for what you do every single day. And we're so excited. Thank you, Ms. Liggins, for being here on behalf of the OAESA. To have that designation is a remarkable thing. And congratulations to Ms. Villa and Mr. Asti for your leadership. You make it happen every day. And staff, thank you so very much for all that you do. So I believe that Mr. Salura is going to call a recess so that we could take photos and such. And so I'm going to stop talking and let him do that.
I'd like to make a motion to recess at 7:40. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Davis, second. Any discussion? Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Salura,
Yes?
Mrs. Davis,
Yes.
Mr. Curtis,
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio,
Yes.
Mr. Felber.
Yes.
We are in recess. We will reconvene at 7:46.
He's joking. 7:46.
Mr. Aho, do we need to call a roll for
Yeah.
reconvening? Thank you.
Mr. Salura,
Here?
Mr. Curtis,
Here.
Mrs. Davis,
Here.
Mrs. DeFabio,
Here.
Mr. Felber.
Here.
Moving on to committee reports. Any committee reports? I know Finance Committee has a meeting on
11th.
May 11th
7 a.m.
at 7 a.m. at the board office.
Nothing at this time.
Moving on then, Mrs. Powers, we will turn the meeting over to you for your administrative reports.
Thank you, Mr. Solera. Well, it is that time of the year to talk about summer opportunities for our students. So here this evening, actually, are Miss Farthing and Mrs. Trapphagen. Mr. Potter is actually in Columbus attending a federal programs meeting, so he is not here this evening. But here without him are Mrs. Farthing, who is our Director of Curriculum, and Mrs. Trapphagen, our Director of Pupil Services.
Good evening, Board of Education.
There we go.
We're going to talk about a few different pieces tonight, and you have your presentation in front of you. The first opportunity that we're going to talk about for our students is the new credit option. And most of this is for, a recap over past years, but it just has some new dates and new information in it. The new credit courses that we will be offering are Algebra 1 and Geometry, and the main reason our students would be taking these is to accelerate into the next course. So Algebra 1 would be taken now to accelerate into Geometry, and then Geometry would be taken to accelerate into Algebra 2. For RBC students to do this, 7th graders who are wishing to take this will need to meet the established acceleration criteria. And for students who are interested in doing that, they need to make an appointment with their school counselor, so either Mrs. Wallace or Mrs. Richards. And then we will have the students complete a placement rubric prior to them enrolling in that class. And that is just to make sure that the students have the prerequisites necessary to take the course. Some of those prerequisites that the students must have, they will have needed to complete their math courses earning an A or B average. And as we have talked about in the past, this course is not for the faint of hearted because it is an intense amount of work and mathematics in a short period of time. All tests and quizzes are taken at Twinsburg High School on Monday and Wednesday mornings from 9 to noon, and that will start on June 4th through July 9th. And then our online sessions need to be completed in that same time frame, June 1st to July 9th. We usually end on the 4th of July, but since it's the 4th of July, we are going to extend it into the following week, so sessions will complete by July 9th. The applications will be available on the RBC and Twinsburg High School guidance websites starting tomorrow. And the details about that are the program will be $325, and that will be due on or before May 18th. And as within the past, we will need a minimum enrollment of 20 students for each course. We're asking students complete this and submit it to Mrs. Veenheis in the THS guidance office. And there will be, as I said, the information will be on the high school website with information and flyer. Switching gears a little bit, so that was new credit, and then we also have some students who are going to be needing to earn credits that they may not have completed the course or passed the course this school year. We call that credit recovery, and the deadline for sign up for that is June 1st. That program runs June 6th through the 27th. Students report to the high school from 8 to noon on Monday through Friday. The cost of those courses is $250. And the school counselors will be very helpful with that. And the deadline is a little bit later because we want to make sure that students have their report cards in hand so they know if those courses are necessary for them to take over the summer. Next, we're switching gears to Roar into Reading. And Roar into Reading is our reading intervention for Bissell students who have not passed the 3rd grade reading guarantee. We will do remediation for 2 hours in the mornings, June 18th through the 29th. We usually run that program from 9 to 11. And then we will need to administer the 3rd grade ELA Ohio State test on July 11th and 12th in the morning. And this year our results are coming back earlier than in the past. In the past, we would have to usually call the students and say, hey, you're starting tomorrow. But this year we have a little more time on that, and the results will be back on June 4th. So the parents will have a little bit of time to make their arrangements for the students to start the program. And next, we have Summer Reading Camp. Summer Reading Camp is for our students who are struggling readers. Most of them have been on a RIMP, which is a Reading Improvement and Monitoring Plan for grades K to 3. Also, the students who are in Title I reading at grade 4 are invited. That program runs for 3 weeks, July 23rd through August 10th. It's Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Camp will be held at George G. Dodge Intermediate School, and we have our weekly visits to the Twinsburg Public Library. And it's just a great opportunity for students to kind of get back into the school routine and get brushed up on their reading skills. That's probably one of my favorite things that we do. Just the kids are excited, the teachers are excited. It's a small group. It's just fun. While learning as well, but it's fun. Okay, and Mrs. Trapphagen.
Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent Powers. Just kind of piggybacking off of what Jen said, extended school year is a service that we have to address for all kids on IEPs, all students on IEPs, and we do this every year. And you know, during the summer, it's a little bit lax as far as the involvement at THS, where summer camp or ESY is offered, and it's really kind of nice to be out there and see the kids off the bus and get into the classroom, because a lot of times during the year we as administrators sometimes don't have the opportunities to do that. So it's really kind of neat to be able to participate and be a part of the extended school year. Extended school year, as I said, is for kids on IEPs, and what it is we have to address every year for all our students on IEPs whether or not there's been recoupment or regression on IEP goals. And we look at breaks during the year when they're coming from summer to back to school and then over our holiday breaks, and just to see, and we do that through progress monitoring on their IEPs. We're very fortunate in our district to have our own ESY program. A lot of districts do not offer that, and our dates this year are from July 17th to August 2nd. They will be held at THS, and we have a group for elementary students and a group for secondary students, and the times will be from 8:30 to 11:30. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that, as Mrs. Powers said, Mr. Potter is not here this evening, but I'm going to talk about some of our options we have via the Academy at Twinsburg High School. We have the opportunity for three summer camps for our students to participate in. The first one is a manufacturing camp. It will be held June 11th through the 15th. This camp will be held at Cuyahoga Valley Career Center. And this camp, the students will pick an item to manufacture, and then as the week goes on, they will create a business plan for that and then actually manufacture that product. We have only one student who is taking advantage of this opportunity at this point in time, so we have more seats available to us. So hopefully once we get the word out a little more, and maybe some families will hear this presentation and join in that academy program. Last year we were able to participate in the Ahuja Medical Camp Year 1, and this year we will also have the opportunity for Year 2. The focus of Year 1 was dissections, robotic surgery machine, and AED and CPR certification. And then Year 2, this year the focus is going to be an anatomy and physiology course held in conjunction with Case Medical School. Those camps are free for our students, and some of the part that is in conjunction with Case Medical School will actually be on the campus at Case. To do the two Ahuja programs, there is an application process for the student, and all of the information about those programs will be on the Academy website, which is a part of the Twinsburg High School website. And we would like to just thank you for the ability to offer all these opportunities for our students. So there's about 2 weeks where we won't have students joining us this summer. So it's just busy all year round, and we're, again, just very thankful that we have these opportunities to offer to our students. So.
Thank you.
Thank you for, continuing to offer these and work through to get them. I had some friends whose daughter was able to do the Year 1 at Ahuja last year, and the first day they called me and said it was one of the most amazing opportunities, and they were happy to do that. So the fact that you're working to ensure that the entire district, from Wilcox through the high school, has opportunities to enhance their education throughout the summer is a great thing, and I think something that sometimes goes a little too unnoticed. So I appreciate the effort that you guys take to put that together.
Our pleasure.
And we want to thank our partners at University Hospital as well as CVCC. Again, these are fantastic opportunities, and we really hope our high school students capitalize on the opportunity, free to families. Great opportunity for a couple weeks in the summer to really immerse themselves in some career options and get to know whether or not that's an area they want to seek postgraduate from high school here. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. I can't remember how expensive that robotic piece that they used last year at Ahuja, but we're talking in almost millions of
Yes,
dollars.
it's $1 million piece of equipment.
That our students had the opportunity to play, really, for lack of a better term,
Right.
play with and try it out and use it. I mean, where else are they going to get those opportunities? So,
Right.
so thank you again for
I
your
want to
support.
go.
Moving on to remonstrance, Mr. Aho, I don't know, do you have any blue cards? All right. Item I, without objection from my colleagues, I'll read items I-1 through 3. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the following meeting minutes, regular meeting of April 4th, 2018, and April 18th, 2018, as sent to the board under separate cover. I-2, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the following financial reports for the month of March 2018, bank reconciliation, general fund financial summary report, and financial report by fund, as sent to the board under separate cover. I-3, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the check register for the month of March 2018. The total, including payroll, is $3,997,918.45. Do I have a motion to accept items I-1 through 3?
So moved.
Mr. Felber, do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Davis seconds. Discussion on items I-1 through 3. Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Solera?
Yes. Without objection from my colleagues, I'll read items J1 and 2. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the certificated licensed personnel and/or contract recommendations detailed in the attached exhibit as per the dates, terms, and other applicable conditions specified pending satisfactory ORC background checks. Item J2, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts the classified personnel and/or contract recommendations detailed in the attached exhibit as per the dates, terms, and other applicable conditions specified pending satisfactory ORC background checks. Do I have a motion to accept items J1 and 2?
So moved.
Mr. Curtis, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Felber? Discussion? It's just the one retirement which we rescinded.
Unretired.
We unretired. Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Solera?
Yes. Without objection from my colleagues, I'll read items K1 through 5. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the attached listing of media center items to be deleted from inventory per the attached exhibit. K2, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts a donation from the Twinsburg Band Boosters, P.O. Box 35, Twinsburg, Ohio 44087, of a used Bach soloist trombone valued at $900, a King 1124 marching baritone valued at $1,000, and a used Bach Mercedes mellophone valued at $700 for the Twinsburg Band program, as per the attached exhibit. K3, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education accepts a donation from Bonnie Vadine, 3677 Glenwood Boulevard, Aurora, Ohio 44202, of a snare drum stand, rolling travel bag, practice pad, and 3 sets of drumsticks valued at $300 for the Twinsburg Band program, as per the attached exhibit. K4, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the revised administrative salary schedule effective July 30th, 2018, as per the attached exhibit. And item K5, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the revised job description for the Director of Human Resources per the attached exhibit. I have a motion to accept items K1 through 5.
So moved.
Mrs. Davis, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Curtis? Again, would like to thank the donation from the band boosters as well as from Ms. Vadine. I'm continually amazed at the support that the district and our students receive from the various booster organizations. And this donation tonight of over $2,000, $2,600 in value for the band boosters is much appreciated, as well as the $300 value donation from Ms. Vadine. And I'm sure our children will enjoy it. I have no idea what a marching baritone is, but I'm sure our kids and our amazing band will put it to good use and make it sound very very good, as they always do. Any other discussion? Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mr. Solera?
Yes. Without objection from my colleagues, I'll read items K6 through 9. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves an agreement with Garland DBS Incorporated, 3800 East 91st Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44105, in the amount not to exceed $16,987 for preventative maintenance on roofing system components at Twinsburg High School, R.B. Chamberlain Middle School, George G. Dodge Intermediate School, Samuel Bissell Elementary School, Wilcox Primary School, and the Administration Building. This expense will be paid for with permanent improvement funds as sent to the board under separate cover. K7, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves an agreement with Garland DBS Incorporated, 3800 East 91st Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44105, for the summer 2018 Twinsburg City School District roof replacement repair project at Wilcox Primary School, R.B. Chamberlain Middle School, and Twinsburg High School through the U.S. Communities Purchasing Consortium for the terms and conditions set forth in the agreement, and at a cost not to exceed $75,189.15. This is a permanent improvement expense as sent to the board under separate cover. Resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves the purchase of a new HR 600 Jacobson four-wheel drive mower from Baker Vehicle Systems, 9035 Freeway Drive, Macedonia, Ohio, 44058, through the Ohio State Term Contract at a cost of $59,496. This is a permanent improvement expense as sent to the board under separate cover. K9, resolved that the Twinsburg Board of Education approves Lesko Associates Incorporated, 27955 Clemens Road, Suite A, Cleveland, Ohio, for architectural services including schematic design, development, construction documents, assistance in obtaining bids or negotiated proposals, in awarding and preparing construction projects, construction contracts, and construction oversight for a summer 2018 paving replacement project at R.B. Chamberlain Middle School. The total fee is not to exceed $25,000. This is a permanent improvement fund expenditure. I have a motion to accept items K6 through 9 as read.
So moved.
Mr. Felber, do I have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Davis. Discussion. Mr. Welker, can you just touch base briefly on the maintenance agreement that we currently have, that we've had for years in the district, and what that entails?
Sure, absolutely. So the roofing maintenance agreement we've had with Garland for 2 years now. We've maintained the price over the course of the 2 years into the third. In addition, it's saved us, compared to our previous agreement, well over $5,000. Plus, we have their attention in first call for storms and different things like that. So, because in addition to the preventive maintenance of what they do in the summer, it includes 10 return visits throughout the year. So we think we have a pretty attractive agreement based on what we've seen from other districts.
Thank you. Any other discussion on any of the other items?
Busy summer as always.
Yeah.
A lot of projects going on.
Yep.
Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Solera?
Yes. Moving on to miscellaneous. Any items from miscellaneous?
No, I just, well, want to congratulate Bissell again on, let me get these letters right, OAESA Hall of Fame School Award. And if anybody's ever spent any time in Bissell helping out or just being in the buildings, the whole building always has an exciting and a positive vibe and just very fun, energetic building to be in. And the kids are just having a great time, and the teachers look like they're having a great time with the kids. And I know the demands of teaching and everything that is expected of teachers, but they sure don't let it show if they are ever under any stress, because these kids would never know it. They do such a great job, all the staff at Wilcox with the kids, and they are definitely deserving of this award. And I just wanted to say congratulations again.
Yeah, I wanted to echo that. I think that the achievement is indicative of a lot of the things that are happening throughout the district. Wilcox is an amazing place. I've had the opportunity to be there twice this year, once to do the tour, but prior to that I had an opportunity to go and sit and read to the little ones, and it's been a long time since I've been in the presence of the little ones. My kids are much older now, but it's just a refreshing experience, and also to see the teachers were very engaged and very passionate about the kids, and the kids are passionate about learning. It's really a fun place to be in if you've ever had an opportunity to walk through those halls. But more importantly, it's just an acknowledgement of what goes on every day, and based on the comments that others had at the podium, this has been going on for a long time, for over many years. So it's a culture that has been instilled in the adults that work there and also the children. So well-deserved acknowledgement, and again, just indicative of what's happening in every building every day in Twinsburg City Schools. The other announcement that I wanted to make was earlier this year, it was announced that I was appointed to the Diversity and Equity Committee from the Ohio School Boards Association. And so on the 19th of last month, we actually had our first meeting down in Columbus, so I had an opportunity to drive down there and kind of be engaged with a lot of different members from all over the state. And what I found was that the Diversity and Equity Committee is a new committee that was formed as a result of of OSBA's new strategic plan. So my involvement and everybody's involvement on the committee, it's uncharted territory. And if you're paying attention to what's going on today, with respect to equity and diversity and cultural diversity and so forth and so on, I think that it's something. It's a direction that OSBA. It's very timely. The National School Boards Association was also present at our first meeting, and this is also part of their platform as well. They've actually been involved in this for a few years ahead of the Ohio School Boards Association, but we did have a representative from the National School Boards Association to kind of help kick things off, kind of help frame what our mission is, and some of the things and discussions that we had during that day. So we'll have other meetings, follow-up meetings throughout the year to kind of make sure that we bring into focus some very specific things in which we can maybe have some action items in hopes of rolling out statewide. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done but for the first meeting, I thought that it was very well done. I thought the information that was distributed was very useful, and more importantly, I was able to provide some very valuable feedback with respect to just Twinsburg City Schools, but more importantly, just kind of what's going on, and hopefully have some say in maybe developing some policy statewide and make a difference. So I just wanted to make sure I reported out on that. We had our first meeting.
Thank you.
Any other miscellaneous? Ms. Powers, any?
Just a reminder to everybody that Tuesday, May 8th is Election Day. Issue 3 is on the ballot. That's the 6.9 renewal levy for the Twinsburg City School District. We appreciate everybody's consideration.
I would echo that. I appreciate, Mrs. Powers, you alluded to the numerous volunteers that have helped this campaign and helped spread the word. So, I definitely appreciate them. It's been a lot of hours, both at meetings as well as after meetings and in between meetings, putting together fundraisers, putting together letters to the editor, signs, and we'll culminate Tuesday evening with, what we hope to be a very successful vote. So I'd urge our community, our parents, those of us most affected by this and living in this district to get out and support the schools. This is a renewal levy again, and it's vital to what we have and what we've been able to do, what we want to continue to do, and as evidenced by the multiple, this is the second time in 2 months that we've read proclamations from senators, congressmen, township trustees, mayors, in regards to one of our buildings receiving national and state recognition. The dollars involved in this renewal levy are important to that, and it's very vital that we keep those dollars here, and that the community continues to entrust us with them. So I urge everybody to get out Tuesday at the polls and support our schools. With that, I do need to make a motion to amend the language for our executive session. So I will make a motion to amend the language to read that the Board of Education enters into executive session at certain time to discuss employment, compensation, and discipline of public employees, and to discuss the discipline of a student as per Board of Education Policy 0166A, and to discuss with the board's legal counsel disputes involved the board that are the subject of pending or imminent court action per Board of Education Policy 0166D. Do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just noting the time that we're going to go into executive session.
Well, I'm making a motion to amend it first, and then I'll make a motion to enter.
I got you. Okay.
Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Solera?
Yes?
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Now I'll make a motion that the Board of Education enters into executive session at 8:14 to discuss employment, compensation, and discipline of public employees, and to discuss the discipline of a student as per Board of Education Policy 0166A, and to discuss with the board's legal counsel disputes involved the board that are the subject of pending or imminent court action per Board of Education Policy 0166D. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Curtis seconds. Any discussion? Mr. Aho, please call the roll.
Mr. Solera?
Yes?
Mr. Curtis?
Yes.
Mrs. Davis?
Yes.
Mrs. DeFabio?
Yes.
Mr. Felber?
Yes.
The board is now in executive session. We will reconvene once we're done.